Konami Studios.
Alright, we are back. It is another Toy Talk, another day of reveals from everything that went on at the San Diego Comic-Con at Home stuff for our toy companies. Now, I missed the other day because I wasn't able to record, and that's on me, but we got a couple things to talk about. We got a couple Mezco, we got a couple Diamond Select, well, just Marvel Select stuff, and then we got a bunch of Multiverse stuff from Mcfarlane we are going to talk about, so we're going to jump into those right away. I just want to see if I got all my information here, and we do, I do believe. Yes, we do. So let's start with talking about this reveal from Diamond Select. It is a new Hulk action figure for their Marvel Select line. I think they're calling this one Rampage Hulk. It comes with an alternate head that's got a robotic face. I'm not sure what storyline that's from or what the point of that is. If somebody knows, please let me know in the comments. I'd be very curious to find out what that means and what that has to do with the figure itself. This figure looks great. Like, it's got a very... It feels like that Marvel Legends that came out a little while ago for the 80th anniversary. It's got that kind of feel to it. I'm loving the way the pants look. I'm loving the paint on this one. If you didn't pick up that 80th anniversary Marvel Legends figure, I think this could easily be a good replacement for that. I could definitely see somebody picking it up and putting it in their Marvel Legends collection. But even not, I will say this about Marvel Select. I haven't liked everything they made, but they can do the hell out of a Hulk figure. They made some great Hulk figures in their time. I still use some of them in my main display. I want to get the rest of them. I really want to find that Barbarian Hulk where he's got like the long beard and he's got the necklace. Love that figure. But I really like the way this one looks. The articulation looks pretty decent. I think it's going to be really fun. I could definitely see myself picking this up and using it in my display because I think it looks really nice. And I really like seeing that from Diamond. They had a couple other reveals too of like a Jack Sparrow. I think the Crow was one of them too. And another John Wick. So those look nice. I didn't really talk about them here, but if you're interested in that stuff, they're definitely going to be worth picking up for you guys. Definitely worth picking up. And we've got a couple of the Mezco 1/12 scale stuff to talk about. We have a new Bishop from the X-Men. This figure looks pretty sick, honestly. It looks like it's going to go right beside that Cable they did a little while ago, and that Cyclops is going to fit on the shelf with those, and it's going to look really nice. Alternate heads look great. The accessories look great. I love that the scar is actually like not just some painting on the side of the head, but it's actually ingrained in there and it's sculpted on there. It looks incredible. I really like the way this Bishop's looking. It's one that I really like the Mezco's doing this. It's one that I wasn't expecting them to get to right away because I'm like, oh, we're obviously going to get some more mainstream characters than a Bishop, but I'm so glad they're doing Bishop. It looks great. And just revealed a little while ago is a John Constantine figure. Man, this one looks interesting. I'm not sure if I'm loving everything about it. I don't know, something about the head sculpts, they just seem kind of off to me. They don't have like a classic Constantine look. That's neither here nor there. The jacket looks pretty good, actually. I'll say that. The jacket looks like it's going to work really well for what this figure is. And the suit look will work fine because that's what they do really good. Mezco is they just take a sculpt, and when you put like the cloth clothes over it, it works a little bit more than the tight suit. I think it works good here. I'm just not sold on that face. And I don't know, this one, something about just seems off to me. I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think about this one. I like it for the most part. I hope we kind of steer it now towards the direction where we get more Justice League Dark or Magic kind of characters. I love a Zatanna. I talked about that when I did my pitches for Mezco a long time ago. I love a Zatanna figure. I'd love to see a Deadman in this style. I think that'd be really cool. I hope it looks good. I'll definitely have to wait and see how the final product looks, but from that shot alone, I think it's interesting enough. But I don't know, that head's just a little bit off to me. I don't know why. And this one, too, I have no idea what this is or what this is about. This is Death Dealer. And if I'm not mistaken, it is based off of a painting from an artist. I'm not certain about that, but it looks really interesting and unique. And I think a lot of people could find a good spot to put this on their shelf. Like, I love that Mezco does a bunch of these unique things and just makes their own stuff like that. Was it the Baron Benz and then the Skull people and then they're doing Gomez a bunch. This looks really cool. This could easily fit on a shelf with those kind of figures and that kind of look. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. I really think I need to see what this painting was or what this artwork is based off of because it looks very intriguing and very unique and I'm kind of curious to see what that would be. Figure itself, it looks really cool and I'm very excited to see how this one's going to turn out. So I thought I'd just throw it in here because it's one a lot of people could use as a makeshift Ares or just a makeshift warrior for a different shelf somewhere and it looks really fun, a very unique thing. I love the asymmetry of it. It looks really fun. So I threw that in there. It's Death Dealer. And then we have, oh boy, let's get into this. The first toy talk I ever did on this channel. We talked about the initial reveal of the DC Multiverse figures, right? Right. I was kind of excited for it at the time. I started to look closer at the figures and look at certain things. I'm like, I don't really like the way these are looking. I've seen them a bunch in stores. I have. I want to get that. I want to say that right now. I've seen them a bunch in stores and I've seen them loose. Something about that initial set of figures, that first run of figures, I didn't like the way some of the builds were, like the sculpting for the chest for the most part for a lot of the figures. I don't know, the articulation was weird, the paint was okay, but something about it just didn't work for me. So I've been very hesitant to going into this line, but we got a bunch of reveals for it, so we'll talk about them here. Okay, here we go. Here's where we'll talk about this. We are getting kind of a wave dedicated to Dark Knight's metal. I'm looking at the picture here, all the figures that are going to be, you have to assemble to build the Merciless, which is, I think it's the evil version of like the Wonder Woman type thing. I don't really care. Metal was good, but I don't remember myself being fully entranced in it and loving it so much. So the Merciless is the best looking figure in this bunch, I will say that. Then we have the Crow Robins, which you can army build and give them a bunch of different head sculpts. That one looks good to me too. Like, I have no problems with that. Very interesting figure to throw in there. I think it's kind of cool that we're going into that right away. But all these characters just kind of died in death metal, so I don't really think I want them that much. I don't know. And they're the nicest looking ones. The sculpt there is unique enough where I'm like, that's cool. Then we get to where my big problem lies with this entire wave. The metal Batman, the Dark Knight's metal Batman, is so big, it doesn't look like he's standing up properly. It looks like his back's positioned weird, and his legs are huge compared to his chest, and everything about it looks really weirdly proportioned. And then the infected Superman has no neck, and his chest is huge, and his arms look really short, and he looks so small compared to the Batman. And I don't understand what the hell's going on there. Something about that is just off completely. I don't like the way either of those figures look. The infected Superman is from a storyline I actually liked. I liked that one in Batman Superman where he kind of like decides he's going to use the Batman Who Laughs poison to kind of figure out how he can get involved with him and that kind of stuff. It was pretty interesting. This figure looks really dumb. Why does he have no neck? It looks really just off. And then we have the Batman Who Laughs with the Sky Tyrant gear. I understand why you're doing that. You reuse the body parts. You're going to make a little more money that way. The head sculpt looks weird. I don't like the way the mouth is taking up the entire like head. It just looks off about that. I can already see in this picture alone that like the pointers that are coming up on the figure, they're already crooked. So it just I don't know. Nothing about this wave of metal figures looks interesting. And you could say the same about the other ones they revealed with like Dawnbreaker and Murder Machine. Like the Grim Knight looked pretty good, but everything else I didn't think looked that good. Not a big fan of those. And then we get a couple of 2-pack reveals here. And the first 2-pack reveal is the Flash and Red Death. I want to say this, regardless of everything I just said about the metal stuff, this Flash figure looks pretty good. I don't know how tall it's going to be because it looks like it's pretty close to the height of the Red Hood in the same picture next to it, but it's leaning down, so I don't know how tall it's going to be. The articulation looks good on the Flash. That's the only one I could say I'm really like positive on. I like the way that the articulation looks, like the way the sculpt looks on the Flash. That's about it. The Red Death looks basic. I don't really think it's that interesting or that character's worthwhile. And then on that same 2-pack, we have Nightwing and Red Hood. And it's just a repaint of that Nightwing figure, which looks like it's wearing a diaper and has a really thick chest. And it's in the worst Nightwing costume ever. Like, I hate that he's wearing red. It's so dumb. Any other color for Nightwing, I think, could work. But red just makes him look stupid. I don't know. That Red Hood looks okay. I'm just curious to see how it's going to... I don't know. It's a little dark to get every angle of the Red Hood, so we'll have to wait and see how that one looks out. But I'm not sold on these yet. I really just want to like these a lot, but I just haven't. We got a 2-pack again with the Arkham Knight Batman and an Arkham Origins Deathstroke. They look okay. I think the armored look is just a little bit better for these figures because it just allows them to do certain things with the sculpt. The Deathstroke looks pretty clean. It doesn't look that articulated, though. And the Batman looks fine. Like, I have no complaints there. Those look okay. Then we did get a tease for another full wave of figures that will be coming out soon. We got a Curse of the White Knight Azrael Batman, which it looks fine. I haven't picked up the other White Knight stuff from this line, of course, but I don't know. It could be fun. I'm not sure. I hope people like it. The standard Joker, I think, looks terrible. I don't understand what's going on with his legs. They look really stiff. They don't look like they can move well. I do not like the way the shirt folds over on the jacket and over the pants there. I think it looks weird. Again, it doesn't look like he has a neck. I'm not sure how this one's going to look. Head sculpt looks okay. I'm just not sold on that one yet. Again, the Flash looks like the best figure, but he's not standing straight up in this picture either, so I don't know how tall he's going to be. And then we get a Teen Titan / Bruce Timm Cyborg, which it looks fine. It looks a little more animated than some of the other ones we saw from that line. I don't know. It's just weird stuff all around for these figures. And we do get a tease of the Flashpoint Batman Thomas Wayne, and it looks better than all of them. Like, just the neutral pose for this figure, it looks great, and that's how I think I'd keep it displayed if I ever got it. Like, it just looks great, just not moving as a statue. So, interesting stuff, to say the least. I don't know. You guys might like it. You might not. I'm not going to tell you what to do. And those are kind of the only big reveals we're going to be talking about. If there's more that pops up, maybe we'll throw it into a smaller video, but that's about it. So, before we leave, let me show you guys a couple of pickups I got while I was away the other day. First one being, I got this for a good deal. This is the Marvel Legends Guardian. I have not had this before, so I'm glad I picked that up. And I love the Alpha Flight. I think we're going to be doing a casting call talking about Alpha Flight soon. I'm not sure when. We got a couple of casting call videos lined up already. Willy Wonka will probably be the next one, and then She-Hulk, but we'll have to wait and see. Then Iceman. So this was on sale too, and I picked it up. I wasn't going to pay full price for this, so that's kind of cool to get. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and as always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.